Yes, guys. Thank you for listening to the Bridge to Buctober podcast, where we talk all about them Pittsburgh Pirates and that. My name is Josh. Today is April 18th? 17th? I actually forget already. And so here we go already. So we're trying this one more time. Last time here. Last day doing the pod at the beach. We're leaving tomorrow. So it's a little bit windy today. Hopefully that's not too bad. I know that Da Vinci Resolve has got me covered. That was a big wave. Woo. Anyway, hey, a series win. 3 out of 4 against the Washington Nationals, which is a team that we should take 3 out of 4 from. But also they've been sneaky good this year. So it's not like it's completely just a foregone conclusion and easy and all said and done. But either way, you got to start doing stuff like this. And a 3 of 4 to win a series is, more beneficial than a 2 of 3, which they have to do this weekend against Cleveland. Cleveland comes into town 9-9, and it's been mostly rough going for them. A little bit of poor offense, the same way that the Pirates have been. It's kind of the thing right now. There's a lot of guys in that lineup that should be hitting a lot better than they are, and they're not. And so that's something that we're very familiar with here with us too. So it's definitely a winnable series. You've got Luis Ortiz going first, which is fun on a Friday night. He just come off, he's been bad since getting there. Spring and in the season, it's been bad. And he just came off his best start in a while. 10 strikeouts, still walked a couple, but it was a great outing for him. And so that's going to be good to see him. He's going up against Mlodzinski, probably one of the more interesting matchups. I would say, I don't know, Sunday could be good too. Logan Allen going against Mitch Keller on Sunday could be really good as well. But especially just because of Luis Ortiz and everything, and the fact that Mlodzinski has a spot because of Ortiz being traded in essence. I guess maybe not, right? Because the injury to Jared Jones probably fed into that a little bit more. But either way, it's an interesting series. But when you have Skeens and Keller going Saturday, Sunday, it's one of those, no matter how Friday goes, you still have a chance to take a series. If Mlodzinski and the Pirates offense can pull off a win on Friday night, it's really going to make you feel good going into Saturday and Sunday that you can get one of those games. I'm not very familiar with Ben Lively and his stuff, so I'm not really sure what that looks like between him and Skeens. I mean, Skeens, you feel like you got a good shot to win no matter what. But as far as Lively goes, I'm not really sure. But either way, Pirates are, still struggling. I mean, a 1-0 win, there's still a lot of struggle going on. And, I could go into, maybe making some changes in who's playing and who's not and all that stuff. But it really is, it's kind of, it doesn't matter at this point. There's just not a lot of offense. Somebody needs to start clicking and earning their way on. Some of these guys, I mean, let's talk about Canario for a second. He's not even really getting an opportunity to even see if there's anything there. So when you look at something like that, it's early in the season. Guys aren't getting an opportunity to win a spot. So I don't know how you handle that. Derek Shelton, let's not get into that today. We just won a series. We're coming into a weekend. It's a home series, all that good stuff. I think let's focus squarely on Cleveland coming into town and what they bring, because there is a little bit. If you're not following Cleveland or you don't follow Cleveland or anything like that, there's a lot to like from this team. It's Jose Ramirez is a stud. So in order, you get to see Jose Ramirez a little bit, that's actually fantastic. Outside of that, there's Stephen Kwan's a great player, great hitter. He's actually been having a good year. Jose Ramirez started off slow. He's kind of leveled out a little bit. He's done pretty well, but there's still a lot of holes in this offense that have potential to break out at any moment. And that's kind of the thing. 9-9, they're 1-5 against teams that are over 500. So really, and I think they're 4-1 or 5-1 at home. I think they're 5-1 at home. And so you're even talking about a team who's better at home than they are on the road. And so that's a big deal as well. Coming onto the road into PNC Park, the Pirates need to keep that mojo going a little bit against a better team, although the Nationals might have a little bit of a better offense so far this season than Cleveland. So there's actually that, and they did a pretty good job there. So I don't know. Anytime you're going into a series with Keller and Skeens going, you feel good about it. And I think that's kind of where I'm at right now. We got a couple more days here. It's been fun here in the Dominican. This place is, I mean, look at this. If you're not on YouTube and you're listening to the audio, just come check it out once or twice this week. Just go watch the YouTube videos from Thursday and today, and just kind of get because I actually got it right. But it's pretty cool here. It's been fun to do these things. I know that like I'm on vacation and I wouldn't have to, but some of this is keeping me sane. Being able to still pull up the games and being able to still do the podcast. And I know that you guys aren't on vacation, so I don't want to let that go that way. I'm also not much of a beach guy. I'm just walking around on the beach in the mornings, and then this is about as much sun as I can handle. I immediately will go back into the room, edit this, get it out there as soon as I can for you guys, and then I'll probably maybe go back to bed. I don't really know. It all depends on when everything else is going on today. So this is not really, the beach is not really my favorable spot, and nor my skins. So it's find the shady bit, I guess is where I'm at with this all the time. But anyway, yeah, you take a look at a couple of the other things with the Pirates. Let's talk about, your record. You're sitting at the bottom of the division, but you're also sitting in, 3.5 games out. I know that a lot of you are like, really? We're going to talk about how far it's always worth saying, right? All the time worth saying, and all the time worth looking at. Because if this team turns anything around at this point, you're talking about a team and a division that feels like you would have a chance to actually do something. And that's exactly where they're at. I mean, 3.5 games out, and it's been as bad as it's been. I don't know. I'm not trying to suggest that they will come away with this thing. If I'm projecting forward, I don't think that that's in the cards. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't lend yourself for some interesting baseball if they could. Imagine a scenario where this team tries to figure some stuff out, plays mostly 500 ball with like a hot streak or two and maybe another bad streak in there approaching July, in middle of July, or the All-Star break, right? You're going to find this team right around 500, maybe within reach of the division. And with all the bad PR and everything that's happened this year and the complaints, and if Shelton is still the manager by then, which if they do what I'm saying, I don't think they'll make a move. Although maybe we need them to do worse because, it's got to be down before it goes up or something like that. But either way, could this team buy and actually get an outfielder, a shortstop? Could something like that actually happen and this team turn into something a little more interesting down the line? I don't know. You think about these things after a series win, right? Not much often, not much otherwise so far this season, but it's worth it to consider that as bad as they've played, they're not that bad. I'm sorry. To project forward, not that bad. The talent is there, just not all the way through the lineup. And I think that's the biggest part about what they've done this offseason is that had they protected those guys, maybe those guys would be performing a little bit better. Had they moved on to a different manager and changed the room culture and all that stuff, maybe they'd be performing a little bit better. All of those things can exist at the same time, no matter how mad we are. All those things can exist at the same time to say that this team could actually do something. So, I don't know. Like I said, grasping at straws here, trying to be positive after a series win. If you get another one this weekend, you're just inching closer and closer back to that 500 spot, which is ultimately where I think they'll end up this season. But they've got to turn some things around. They've got to do better than this. Let's get a series win against Cleveland. We've got the pitching matchups. I think we've got the pitching matchups to make at least we've got our starters going that we would want. But by the way, Andrew Heaney, guys. Andrew Heaney has been better than I think you could have drawn it up to if he was good. If you were to say, well, if he could give us this, he's been that and more, right? I mean, it's been good. So, that's a big upgrade than what you thought you were going to get from it. I'm trying to put my thoughts together here. Bear with me. Next week, we'll get back to a lot of really cool stats and stuff like that if I can. But as of right now, it's, on the beaches in the Dominican with, decent to not good internet. It just disconnects all the time. Not to mention doing a bunch of stuff in between and not really sitting at your computer for hours. You know what I mean? Which I will begrudgingly admit happens often when I'm not here. So thanks for sticking with me this week. Thanks for bearing with the audio issues, the technical difficulties, you might say. This has been an adventure, to say the least, but this is pretty cool here, right? Looking behind me on the YouTube. This is pretty cool. So thanks again for listening to these episodes all week when you know that it might be a little bit of a subpar audio and video. Well, video actually might be better than what is normal, so that's probably not the problem. But we always appreciate you guys tuning in and listening. And anytime that you guys listen to this, either on audio or YouTube, it's very helpful. So if you're on YouTube, leave a comment, click the like button, all those things. We've been getting a lot of comments lately. I'd like to see a lot more. So let's keep that discussion going. And it always helps us, especially this week when it's been a really weird week for me. And we'll be back in the office on Sunday with Jake. So looking forward to that. Talking about the Cleveland series. Should be a lot of fun. It's baseball season, guys. Be happy, not mad, I guess. You can be mad if you want. Thanks as always. Thanks for listening. Thanks. I'll leave you with some scenes while the outro plays off instead of just playing that. But let's go Bucs.
Thanks for listening to the Bridge to Buctober podcast. Subscribing to your platform of choice is the best way to be notified for new episodes. And now, new episodes every weekday. Remember, live shows with my dad and Uncle Jake are Sundays at 9 p.m. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and join them in the live chat every Sunday. Follow them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Bridge2 Buctober. Clear the deck, cannonball coming, and let's go Bucs.
Hut. Elbow.